Hi there, my name is Chris Ryan. I'm a realtor with LePage here in Halifax, and this is a friend of mine, Ian, who works with Scotiabank. A little background on myself, and then Ian will jump in and give his background just so you know who we are. Again, realtor with LePage Atlantic. I've been doing this for 10 years. It's my 10-year anniversary. I was actually the top producing individual realtor for the entire province of Nova Scotia for LePage last year in 2014. I've sold over 350 homes of all sizes, types, and price points all over the place, and that translates into over $110 million worth of real estate.
And my name's Ian.macisaac, and I'm a home financing advisor with Bank Nova Scotia, and I work out of Halifax, Dartmouth area, and I've been in the bank or employed by the bank, since 1986, and literally have done hundreds of mortgages.
Excellent. So we come across different questions, and we've done several videos now, questions that I've received from clients and you've received. And so you have a question that sometimes you're asked. So why don't you ask me that question and we'll see what we can do.
This is a hot topic too, Chris, because as you know, should a home buyer work with a realtor?
Now, do you really get asked that question a lot?
You know what? I do, and I'll give you my sort of synopsis on it. It's like, you know what, I know how to use a screwdriver, but I wouldn't want to be an auto mechanic because I'm not trained for every nuance of that, what goes with being a mechanic. So
sure.
It's the same sort of analogy, I think. You know, you really have to understand the whole nature of the transaction. But sure. Yes, it's a valid question.
So I guess the first thing is that a lot of first-time home buyers, whether they're watching on TV or they've heard from their parents or their friends or social media or whatever, when you're working with a realtor such as myself to buy a house, I'm a cheap date, okay, because I don't charge you. How the fees work is that if we buy a house that's, somehow on the MLS database, the fee that is associated with realtors, the listing agent, the one that's on the sign on the front lawn, and the buyer's agent, such as myself or someone like you that's looking to buy a home, the burden of cost falls with the seller.
That is correct. Yeah.
Not with the buyer. So if you choose to work directly with the listing agent, that agent was going to get paid anyway. If you work with a buyer, that same fee has already been negotiated and will be paid at closing anyway.
That's correct. Yeah.
So it's really something to be said that you should choose a realtor, go out and interview. What is that realtor going to do for me? What is their philosophy of service? How do they position themselves? What do they do? What type of technologies do they use? All that type of thing that will benefit you, being the home buyer, during that experience.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for it anyway because it's rolled into the purchase price of the house because it's been pre-negotiated and it's in the contract before you even set foot in the house.
Yes.
So if you're paying for it, get something for it. You don't pay me directly, but it's wrapped up in the equation. So how I do things is that basically real estate is a whole bunch of different things. It's psychological, it's statistical, it's return on investment, it's a whole bunch of stuff. I've been doing this for a long time. If you want to learn all about me and how I do things, please go to the website just listed below at chrisryan.ca on the buying tab. I've also got video testimonials there. I do project management for people. So a lot of the time, once they have an accepted offer, then they go, oh my goodness, I need to get my accepted offer to you, to my banker. I need to get it to the lawyer. I need to get a home inspector. I need to do this. I need to do that. And that's when they try to tear their hair out because you have to do that in a very short period of time, in less than a week. Whereas myself, I do all of that for the home buyer. I project manage the whole thing. Everything is snapped into a PDF document within 24 hours. It's sent off to everywhere that it needs to go. Meetings are booked for them. All of these things happen, and my clients are invited to go and grab a glass of wine, go have a beer, go eat a piece of pizza, and all these things I do for them right away because I assign myself the role of a project manager for them.
Yeah, that's a good description, because if you're going to be a cheap date, you're going to do some heavy lifting.
Well, that's it, right? And what I'm saying here, I mean, it's all over chrisryan.ca. There's dozens of video testimonials that talk about this very thing, as well as my video blogs about topical things, great videos such as this. So, does it pay to work with a realtor? Obviously, I'm a big believer in it, especially if I can get great service from someone like yourself and myself, because it doesn't pay to use you either.
No,
right?
That's right. No fee.
And then you walk away with a big smile, and we give you a hug, and off you go, right?
Yep. And they get your home, and away you go.
Yeah, perfect. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.